Hello everyone. In the second episode of Tech Bytes, we bring to you details about two very interesting and niche reports that we will soon be releasing. Both these are current hot topics that will be game changers and are expected to create a large impact. One is about the most talked about technology, and the other is the best use of technology for sustainability. I'm talking about Web 3.0 and electric vehicles. To know a little more about what to look forward to in these two upcoming reports, I have with me Vandhna Babu, our lead analyst for EVs, and Rashi Sharma, analyst tracking all the developments in the Web 3.0 space. Welcome, Vandhna and Rashi.
Hi, Nirmala.
Thanks, Nirmala.
So we'll begin with Vandhana. Vandhana, with so much happening in the EV space, be it policy-related, startups coming with innovative solutions, growing domestic market, are there any interesting trends that you came across during the course of your research, which you would like to speak about here?
Yes. Thank you. Thanks, Nirmala, for asking that question. And as you correctly shared, post-pandemic, everyone has become very aware of electric vehicles and, their effect on the environment. And not to mention, also the increasing fuel prices, which has been pinching the end consumer as well. So there are some also interesting trends that I observed during my research for this paper. So we see that on an average, the cost of owning electric vehicle is cheaper in the long run. So currently, the cost at the moment would be dissuading a lot of customers from buying them. But over a long term, EVs are definitely much cheaper than your regular vehicles. And many companies now are also actually developing technologies to convert your regular internal combustion engine vehicles into electric vehicles. So your existing vehicles can be made into electric vehicles by retrofitting the ICE vehicles with all electric drivetrain as well. So there are many, startups and many companies who are actually developing this technology, and some of them have actually been able to do the same very successfully as well. Now, government has also introduced many schemes and subsidies for the promotions of electric vehicles. And this is to encourage the states to encourage the consumers to purchase the EVs, as well as for various, schemes have also been developed and subsidies for charging as well has been provided by the government. Now, various startups are also part of this space, and they are eagerly developing, so many either electric vehicles, or they are present to create battery technologies or even the charging infrastructure as well. So a very vibrant ecosystem is present. And at the same time, there are many different business models and technologies are also being explored, like battery as a service and battery swapping, so as to increase the adoption and also reduce costs for the consumer. And not only conventional OEMs, but tech companies have also entered this industry, and they are an active part of the ecosystem as well. Yeah.
That's really interesting, Vandana. So I also know that this is the first report that NASSCOM is doing in this space. So
Yeah.
what is it that, very briefly, if you can say, why should somebody read this report? What do you say? And there are a lot of reports that come out on this topic. And, it is
Yeah.
like I mentioned, it is a topic which is very in right now. So why should somebody read this report from NASSCOM?
Sure. So this report is relevant for all who are planning to understand what the ecosystem consists of and what policies and subsidies the government is providing to the consumers as well as the other companies as well. What tech companies are doing in this field and what exciting technologies the startups are undertaking in bringing about safe electric vehicles for all of us. And of course, all of us, all the others who care about sustainability and climate change, how we can then now plan our next car to be an electric vehicle, or a next scooter to be an electric scooter. So that's how, this would be interesting for all these people. Yeah.
Thank you. That really sounds very interesting. Looking forward to the release, Vandana.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Thank you.
sharing these details. I'll move quickly to Rashi. Rashi, you are also looking at a very interesting area, Web 3.0. Though it's very niche currently, there is a lot of potential to create disruption and a lot of game-changing use cases and applications. So you have during the course of your study, you would have spoken to many players in the ecosystem. So are there any interesting use cases that you can highlight that will be based on Web 3.0 technology? And also, just to understand that, where does India stand in terms of innovations or the ecosystem maturity currently in the Web 3.0 space?
Yes, absolutely. So currently, the startup community within India is surging with the many different ideas and innovation when it comes to Web 3.0. And we can see various unique use cases built leveraging metaverse and NFTs and tokenization basically in various sectors to solving various challenges which are around monetizations, reach, and user control. Because that's the main foundation of Web 3.0, where we are looking at how users can be more in control. So, for example, to boost the creator economy and making the content creators reach more flexible, startups are coming with the NFT marketplaces. They are coming with the social media systems that would reward the users for content creation and various social aggregator applications as well that will help the content creators to keep a tab of their content reach, irrespective of any platform they have, posted on. So this is more from how Web 3.0 will help in boosting the creator economy. And we have also other various use cases that we came across when we were doing the study, were in the decentralized finance arena, where we looked at various use cases around the masked wallets. How the digital wallets will be turning into the masked wallets or maturing into masked wallets. And then we have the NFT play within insurance and risk portfolio management as well. So these have been very, very interesting use cases, other than the basic uh, blockchain supply chain or solutions that we were looking at. Not only this, but there are various other solutions being developed for boosting system efficiencies and even for cost optimizations. We have various supply chain solutions and even blockchain scaling solutions for boosting up the speeds of transactions and even for cost savings. So these are various innovative solutions that startups are currently working on. And the startups and when we also come to the enterprise who want to also experiment with the Web 3.0, they are also very actively working with the Web 3 communities and startup ecosystem to help them and collaborate in a fashion where they can also leverage these innovative solutions. So that's a very brilliant pieces that we saw in the study coming up. Coming to the maturity and overall and overall and globally, the from the maturity aspect for Web 3.0 is, it's still a long way to walk. We are still globally as well, we are still looking at exploring and experimenting with the Web 3.0 solutions. However, the ecosystem in India has seen a big jump from 2020 in terms of the investment and in the startup volumes that have come up with great innovative ideas. So we can of course say that we are on a good pace to be on a Web 3.0 development map. So we'll be there for sure.
Thank you, Rashi. That's really interesting. I think in both the areas we are taking baby steps, and hopefully it would be really interesting to see how it pans out in the next 2 to 3 years. But I would like to ask Rashi also the same question that I asked Vandhana. Why should a reader, with so much of information that is there related to Web 3.0, what is it that will make a reader want to look at NASSCOM report? What do you think would be unique or some interesting points that you want
Right.
them to read this report?
Right. So first and foremost, this is the first of its kind India landscape report for Web 3.0 from NASSCOM, covering startup ecosystem. So that is one of the very biggest points we are looking and exploring the landscape for Web 3.0 arena. And the report will be capturing insights on various innovative solutions and startup use cases, and will also give a glimpse on investment and talent landscape in India for Web 3.0. So it will be very beneficial for tech investors and venture capital firms. Other than that, the report will also be extremely beneficial for the technology service providers and even the end user organization, as there have been great examples already around established corporates such as Amazon, Google, Flipkart collaborating with the Web 3.0 startup communities to experiment with NFT and metaverse play, along with the blockchain being instrumental in various organizational processes such as supply chain and logistics function. So this report will definitely be quite a grab, grabbing the eyeball for these kind of audience, definitely.
I'm sure, I'm sure. So looking forward to both the reports. I guess it should be out by next month. Thank you both for your time and insights. So that's it from us. Please check our community page to access these reports when they're published. Do share your feedback with us and let us know in the comment section of the topics you think we should cover in our research. Thank you from the NASSCOM Insights team. Until we meet again in our next episode. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.